Hello, I'm Jonathan Matthews, and this is the third video I'm making in this consideration of Elliptigo. My first video I made, I described the ideas of why I'm thinking that the Elliptigo will be a great thing for me. I thought about it a long time and had no contact with Elliptigo for more than a year and a half, but I got this idea that Elliptigo was going to be right for me just by looking at things online and thinking about it. And my first video is about that. If you haven't seen that yet, please go back and check that out. The first video of this Elliptigo Way series that I'm planning. My second video was of my visit down to Solana Beach, where they have the headquarters of Elliptigo. I got to meet the folks in the office there and got to see, what the home of Elliptigo looks like, and I picked this up and brought it home with me. So now I am here at home, and I'm going to do an unboxing video. It's not the professional video that you can get from Elliptigo online, which I recommend, which has all sorts of safety tips and that kind of thing to make sure you set up your Elliptigo correctly. But this is just my experiential take on opening up this box. The strange thing about me and this Elliptigo way that I'm documenting is up until now, literally, I have never touched an Elliptigo. I actually didn't touch any of them when I was at the headquarters. I've never ridden on one. I've only seen them on video, and from that, and from some thinking about it, I've developed this idea that I'm going to love riding one of these things. And I go into that in some depth in that first video, but we're here at the third stage, the third video, where I'm finally going to touch one of these things for the first time, which is kind of an amazing idea that I'm getting to this point, and I'm actually going to take the Elliptigo out of the box and try to set it up. And my understanding from looking at the videos online is that it's pretty simple to do that. And I recommend that, again, for safety considerations, you look at the official Elliptigo video about this process. But wanting to document this journey for whoever might be interested, I'm going to do this for myself here, and you're more than welcome to watch me as I take this thing out of the box and figure out how to put it together, how to set it up. So first of all, we have staples, these brass staples that they use in thick cardboard boxes, and I'm just going to toss them out of the way over there because that's going to be safe over there for now. I'm using a needle nose plier, which is a great way to pull these things out. Got to be careful not to hurt yourself. These are sharp. But I'm just picking them out so that I can open this box. It's a pretty substantial box, as you saw maybe from that second video. Fit perfectly in the bed of my Chevy Colorado pickup truck. And here it is at home. And after a year and a half of thinking about it and planning, I finally am about to actually touch an Elliptigo. My Elliptigo. Can't wait till I can ride it. Got the top open. Okay, I guess I will pick up the camera and just bring it over here so you can see what it looks like as it sits in the box. And there it is. Packed well, protected well. Got lots of foam, other cardboard, zip ties. And not surprising that it's packed well. It's a high-end item. This is not some inexpensive toy. My feeling about this Elliptigo 11R, again, just from what I've been able to research online, is that they made it as fine as they could. They didn't spare anything with materials or engineering. And so it's rather expensive compared to you know, a possible way they could have made it with maybe inferior materials, or trying to reach a certain inexpensive price point that would allow them to sell more of them. As someone who, you know, can afford to have one of these, I'm awfully happy that they did not take a cheap way out, that they didn't try to make something exorbitantly expensive, but my point is that they tried to make it as well as they could. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just cutting these zip ties. But you know what? I'm remembering now from the video that I saw, they recommend pulling the thing out before you cut the zip ties, so I have a feeling I can still do that. There we go. I didn't cut too many of the ties to make it so that it wouldn't come out wholly now. So I'm going to take the box out of the way. I will look at these later. Can't wait to look at those. Oh, looks like there's a $100 bill in there. I'm guessing that might be for some money off for accessories, perhaps. Anyway, let me pull this back more into the field of view and continue to unpack this marvelous machine. Let's see. Zip ties. The white ones you cut. I guess if there are some black ones, they might be to hold cables to the machine itself, and you don't want to be cutting those. Very nice of them to color code things that way, so you don't make a mistake when you're taking things out. Excellent padding here. So, you know, I've seen unboxing videos where things are fast forwarded by the maker to make it less boring for the viewer, but I'm going to not do that, so you can actually see how long things took me, and you can fast forward on your own as you desire, as I bore you. This is not, you know, I'm just trying to show exactly how this happened for me. Got the bubble wrap here. The tape sticks to the bubble wrap pretty well, so sometimes easier to just rip the bubble wrap off. But be careful. I'm trying to be careful as I do that. So I'm really liking this colorway. You know, there's a number of choices, but I like the black and the white. So that's the one I chose. Pretty happy with the way it looks. Just seeing the beginning of it here as I take the parts off. Again, the fit and finish of this looks pretty good, which is not surprising considering that it's not cheap. You know, when I think about getting something that is going to be important to me, and you know, being at a point in life where I can afford things that are that I think are important, I'm glad when things are made well rather than made most cheaply. And this looks like it's made well. And it's actually really pretty. I really do like the black and white. I don't think I've seen on their videos, I don't think I've seen this color before, this color scheme. I've seen the all black, and I've seen the green, which is like the early version, and some other colors, but I really like this, this black and white. Really, really nice with a touch of red for the R I see down there. So, here's the steering column, adjustable steering column, as I've seen in the videos online. Unlike a road racing bike, this is a one-size-fits-all machine, because you can adjust the stride length and you can adjust the height of the steering column for anyone from, you know, just over 5 feet to 6.5 feet tall. I don't know, maybe even Bill Walton has perhaps ridden one of these. I don't know if he has, but I know he loves bikes. And he's from the San Diego area, which is near Solana Beach, where this is, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's tried one of these out. Wow, look at this. Okay, front wheel. Nice. Very nice. I'm surprised there's a fair amount of air pressure in this. From some of the videos I've seen, they made it sound like it's becoming fairly deflated, but this looks rather well inflated already. I'll get the pump out to see for sure. So one of the things about watching an amateur like me unbox this thing is, you know, kind of learning as I go along here. But you can see it comes with a rear wheel already in. And it looks like the chain's even tensioned well. And it looks like to me, the main thing to do here is to secure the, you know, put in the stem here. And there's instructions again online about how to do that, and obviously I'll review those before actually riding this thing. But basically there's a couple of quick releases here, 3 of them. And this is collapsible collar in the front here, so that you can easily put this into your hatchback. Or okay, there's marks on the stem here to give you an idea about, there's a upper limit mark. You know, you can't go, you have to have at least that amount in, and then based on your height, there's recommendations as to the number. They say if you're over 6 feet, put it at 12. I'm 6'1". For now, I'm just going to leave it at 12. And I'll lower it later if, when I'm riding, it seems like that is a good idea. So, one of the things is I don't have the wheel in yet, but I will put that in next. But for now, I'm going to just tighten these. Quick release. Typical. You tighten it so that you have a firm but not impossibly firm grip. Okay. In order to put the front wheel in, you take out the spacer. You can see that even for a relatively relatively clueless, unprofessional, just open it up and see what's going on approach, this is coming together pretty easily. There's not a lot of, you have this quick release here for the brakes. It's a classic kind of, you slip that out and then the wheel fits in. Makes room for the tire. Open up the quick release just a little more. This has a drop down, vertical drop out, which of course is a good safety item. Oh, I really like the colors. There is a kickstand here, which if I thought about, probably would have made it easier than having to hold this up. Maybe I'll do that right now, which is pretty simple. Integrated kickstand. It says grab here, and then I pull back. Yeah, that makes it easier. And then now I won't have to balance the thing. Again, make room for the tire. Okay, now it fits. And again, you rotate the quick release so that the way they describe it in the video, the quick release lever makes a mild indentation in your skin. Basically, you want the quick release lever to be not poking out in a way that can grab anything. And I'm just adjusting this side until the lever closes nicely. And then reconnect the brake. I'll check that in a second. Obviously, there's going to be adjustments where I'm going to be fine-tuning this before I go out for my first ride, making sure everything's aligned correctly. But for the purposes of just this video, there it is. You never stand on it with the kickstand. That's important. And obviously, I'm going to take it outside and stand on it. I'm going to make sure I checked everything and that all the wheels are true. They're running through the brakes correctly. I'll look at the before the first ride video on the Elliptigo site to make sure I haven't missed anything, make sure everything is done safely. But I just wanted to experience and share with you that it's relatively easy to get this thing out of the box, and there's really not much assembly other than making sure, again, to look at the video online and make sure that I haven't forgotten any important safety feature before I get on and try my first ride. So I'll stop this now and I'll go and do those checks that I described. And my next video will be my first ride. So, here I've gotten one of these things and I've literally never stood on one and rolled down the road with one. I've never actually touched one until I've touched my own here. But I'm very committed to this idea of this machine. As I told you in my first video, I really think it's going to be a special part of my daily experience, an important one. So thanks for coming along, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, my first ride. That'll be great. See you later.